So we're just going to look at some of that Jun Fan Gung Fu material, the development that Bruce Lee brought into with his Jeet process, brought into his Chinese Kung Fu roots with his American and European influences, with his five-way of attacks from the European fencing dynamic, such as the finger jab, buji, the straight punch, the low groin snapping kick. He called it a snap kick if you read his commentaries on the martial way, and his high roundhouse kick, the now tech. And it's just, especially that low kick and that snappy kick comes from his Northern Kung Fu roots, which he learned Northern Kung Fu styles, and that snappy from the on-guard fencing position, that snappy finger jab. That's again one of his favourite techniques coming from the Wing Chun Kung Fu system, but off of a fencing sort of stance platform. Then you get into the Western boxing influences, and all his first generation students really, whoever they are, they will teach some form of Western boxing combinations, the ABC, the fourth way of attack, attack by combination, and of course that Jik Chung Choi, Wing Chun straight blast, rolling punch. And here you can simplify it as well, because if you do hit with that groin shot, then the knee's right there for you. And yes, there's not much evidence Bruce Lee was throwing in that knee to the head, but in the modern day, I don't think he'd blame us for sort of updating things, considering the success of knees to the head. If people dip their head low, then give them a knee to the head, especially when you go for that groin. And there you just saw there was that high kick. And don't be afraid to do high kicks, in my opinion. Get the low snapping kick in from the Northern Kung Fu systems Bruce Lee brought over to the States with his Jun Fan method. But, you know, he really worked on his high kicks. We see the Junri influence. We see all of that going on. So just, you know, push yourself and get the flexibility up there. Bruce could do it. You can do it too. And some of these sequences, from the trapping flow to the boxing flows, they can seem complicated, but it's like an 8 or 10 count in boxing. Complicated techniques, but drill them, break into fluidity with them, and then simplify later on, because you can't hack away the inessentials of anything until you have some essentials to begin with.